Hello everyone, this is Bigalski.
And this is JTB.
And this is Chapter 2 of the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, getting the Master Ninja ranking. And I left this whole first part of the little platforming section down to the first fight to talk about Chapter 2. This is the first chapter that people kind of called BS on because of some of the timers not working. And we're going to explain that as we get to there. Is that closed completely now? I've heard
in
that
Sigma, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad I know that now because I kept avoiding it to jump off. But as you'll notice, I'm still getting used to the B button. My movement is not all that great. I'm slow at it, and all this stuff kind of kills you on your time. And is another. I want to put this in there when people say, "Hey, why don't you try that NGB Alma speedrun?" Well, when you see my movement, I'm not gonna, beat anybody on that. And also, please watch, and I'll put the link in the description too of JTB's movement tutorial. And so anyway, having said that, there's no fight here, which I think is kind of, I wish that they had done that on any chapter, right, or any difficulty.
Yeah, on any difficulty. Yeah, on NGB, it's very hard and Master Ninja. You get ninjas there, but on Sigma, like on any difficulty, you just get all those bats for some reason.
Right. So, again, this chapter has a couple little quirks in it, if that's what we want to call them. This one right here, I think it really depends on where you jump and land, because you see where and the timer started. Yeah. And that happened every time, but I've seen other videos where people jump and land and the timer doesn't start. It doesn't start until they get closer up, like we've talked about. But if you just stay here, you'll be able to get, UTs. And I still like jumping on their heads. I know in like Chapter 1, instead of jumping on their heads, you could continue the string with the shurikens. But here's the first thing. Do not jump here. Just slide, jump, and then jump again. So if you jump to go down, I don't know why I dropped the smoke bomb there. I think I was surprised whenever the timer came on.
Yeah, you've always got enough time here. Yeah.
JTB also has a video showing a little bit different way, but as long as you don't slide, as long as you don't jump but go to slide down and then jump once, because if you don't jump again and just jump straight to the trees, you still don't get it. It makes no sense to me.
It is a very weird thing. My kind of only theory on it is that like the trigger for the timer must be like a different thing. Because again, we've always said about Sigma and NGO4 having kind of the same DNA in a lot of ways, where I feel like my theory on that is like the trigger for the timer for whatever reason must be on that slope. And if you jump over it, like you don't trigger it, because the fight still spawns, but just not the timer. So it's a very weird. It's just one of those things. Like it's very, very strange. But I mean, at least there is a consistent way to get the timer up every time, because that will impact your rank. Like there's a lot of points potentially in that fight. There's a few UTs there, and 6 kills and your time bonus. So you don't want to miss out on potentially like 30, 40,000 points.
Well, if you look at when I came into this fight, I jumped and landed and then turned the camera. And because if you just leave the camera straight, the mage is going to appear on screen and then shoot you with the fireball before you have a chance to, charge up. And also, I'm not picking up everything. In Sigma, if you go under the waterfall, there's a chest there. See, there's some missed points. I could have got another UT out of that. But I'm not going to pick up everything, the Life of the Gods and all that stuff.
There's an extra chest up under there too.
Yeah. And I think that chest under the waterfall has a great spirit elixir. I did go and look at that.
It does, yeah. That's only there in Sigma.
Now, there's a way here to do like a little Maramasa glitch. That's what they call it. And they do it for the speed runs, and then they do it for karma runs. But I know it's part of the game, but I don't believe in it. I didn't go save after that first fight or redo it, and because I wasn't sure on the time again, and so I just kind of ran through this. It's not about maximizing my UTs; it's about getting UTs while making the time limit. And
it is nice to be able to just burn all your money.
Yes. Oh man,
Yeah,
it is so much fun.
It's a great feeling coming from NGB to just Muramasa's in Sigma to just think, oh yeah, I can just spend all my essence here. Like I don't have to worry about making the essence bonus.
Well, the menu kind of threw me off, and I don't think I bought my Inferno because getting used to that, the menu works just a little bit different than it does in black. So getting used to that again, all this stuff is I'm a little rusty. I kind of I kind of dogged that, but look at all this time I have left.
Yeah,
and I really could have, got a lot more points out of this fight. But again, I got some ETs. If you were good with the bow, which I'm not, well, I'm going to showcase that quite a bit, I'm sure, on this run. You can shoot one of the targets and start that out with a UT guaranteed, but you got to be kind of fast in it.
You have to be very fast, yeah, and it does depend on what pattern you get. If the mage spawns like right next to you, like you're never going to get that.
Well, what hurts me on this is trying to get used to it is the adjustment is with the left thumbstick. I'm used to everything that I've ever played whenever you have to zoom in or be precise with the right thumbstick. So not only do I got the bow set to left bumper, but getting that movement down with the left thumbstick is going to be, I almost say, my downfall. We'll see what happens later on. I'm so glad that you can do the jump bow.
Yeah, the in-air bow is awesome. Yeah.
The in-air bow. But again, see, I didn't recognize, but there was another UT I could have gotten instead of an ET. There's also another space up there in the corner to the top left, or kind of the middle there towards the back where the 3 boards are. But I kept getting hit out of that, and maybe I wasn't far enough back. This is not the best horse fight in terms of getting the points needed if you were going for max score, but I think it's a safe strategy, and I still make the time limit and get some good. See, I'm surprised I didn't get hit there.
Me too, actually. That guy definitely skipped breakfast. Like, I'm really surprised he didn't shoot you.
Well, I think this right here was kind of my first try on it, or maybe my second try, and I just wanted to see how it went.
Yeah.
And I was happy with it, even though it definitely could be a lot better. I think what I was going to say is, let's see if I can get the time limit here. And I got a couple ETs there, or UTs at the end. And I think I could have, I don't know if I could have charged there or not. But
that would have been, if you'd have gone for a UT, you would have failed the time bonus. But I mean, you got so many UTs in that fight. That's one fight in particular where if you want to fight the horses like toe-to-toe, you definitely can. But you will lose out on a lot of points if you do that. Because you're only ever going to get, I'm not sure what the time limit there was. I think it's like 80 seconds. And you've only got 4 guys to kill, so points are, like seconds are going to be worth very, very little, whereas 5-6 UTs is 30,000 points. That's going to be way more than what the kill bonus would ever give you.
See, I keep hitting the Borderlands button to go into the menu, because the Borderlands is the little back button there, not the start like it is here. Also, if you don't use that fight, do a lot of UTs, it's going to be frustrating. With the in-air bow, it might not be as bad. But, fighting them toe-to-toe is definitely more frustrating overall. The horsemen, not this fight.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is definitely when you're new. I think there's a lot to understanding, like fighting the horses, like how their stun mechanics work. They get stunned with like a 3-hit string, or if it's in like a rear up animation, you need a 4-hit string. You can stun loop them with the multiple kick string. They'll always get stunned like when they're running. If you just hit them once, they'll get staggered, but then that means you'll need like a 4-hit string to stagger them again so they don't run away.
That was so unlucky that he turned around right there, because that would have killed him, I think.
Yeah, and like all that applies to Masakado too. Like you can stun lock Masakado as well with the like square forward square triangle, or XX forward X triangle, Y rather. That's the move where like Ryu kicks the horse like just 3 times in the butt, and it looks pretty funny.
Right.
Like, you just do that over and over again.
Well, when we talk here at the end, this is a very important part right here to do. Is after that fight, you want to go save. And whenever you save, restart the game. And then after you restart it, you'll have some extra enemies here. So here's where me saving. Now I'm coming back here. And you have to stay below, I think, the 4 steps until you kill the first 3 guys.
Oh, is it 3? I thought it was 4.
Well, I've seen it. I've gone past the 4th whenever the mage right here.
Yeah.
And I've still got it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. So I think again, trying to get that. I think my essence was out. Yeah, my essence was out, and I wasn't ready for it. Always have the kill timer on. We talk about this all the time, but the kill timer is going to help you with, of course, how many enemies you like. I know I have 12 here, and the time limit is based on, I think, 8 enemies, not 12. So you got to keep that in mind. You know, whenever you fight this fight. Yeah,
this time limit looks like a lot, but you can quite quickly get to sort of 15 seconds and be at 7 kills and think, oh, I got 5 more guys to kill. Like I need to speed it up here. But one thing, like, just throughout these other 2 videos as well that we've commentated so far, is like how effective Windrun is. Like, it is such a useful move, and that's where you jump on their heads. If anyone's unfamiliar, it's like it's X plus A, square, and X together on PlayStation, and really make use of that move. It's like that. There it is, right there again. You know, like you just as soon as you get that, as soon as you jump on their head, it also keeps your combo going. For anyone that doesn't know, it's a little trick. That will actually prolong the life of your combo, a wind run, and then your higher combo, more hits, more money, more essence. So, you know, really like try and incorporate that into, you know, your repertoire of moves. It's so useful.
We've talked about that in pretty much every video, and I just think that also knowing the enemy count, but yes, stunning them in order to control the fight is so key, like you're saying, and it works. That's the great thing. It's not something you have to unlock. You can do that right out of the gate.
And it's one of the main things as well that you can't help but notice. Like, newer players kind of never use it. They never use Windrun. And it is more of an advanced thing because, you know, you can't just kind of throw it out and you can miss, obviously. And if you miss, then you're going to be, you know, in a whiff state. But, you know, really practicing that and getting comfortable doing it, it will make a big difference to how you're able to control enemies and manipulate a fight.
Well, this fight right here, you can make the time limit, and this is actually kind of an awful fight. I was trying to just get an idea of, you know, the timing and where to go and how to make him charge at you. And there is a way, whenever I put in Kaiser and Taurus, aka Julius Ruler, whenever he makes the time limit on this, and he shows how to get Doku stuck in the loop, but you can't ET him. And I was just, again, getting used to it. I mean, I still, it's frustrating because you want to kill him. I mean, obviously you're going to die at the end, but he's worth 100,000 points.
He's worth a full kill bonus, yeah. How this works is it's 100% distance focused. If you're too far away, he'll do ground pound. Whereas if you're close enough to him, like here, and as long as you roll jump into open space. Now, what the annoying thing here is you have to know this. There is kind of an invisible barrier in this environment. Like, you can't jump all the way out, even though it looks like you can. So what can throw you off here is if you roll jump either too early or too late. But also if you roll jump kind of in like a non-straight line. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but if you roll jump in a line or you have an angle to where you actually shorten the distance between yourself and Doku, then he will tag you on the next string. Like, you have to be far enough away. And there is a little bit of leeway on that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you'll kind of see it when you get the pattern down. Like, you should always be kind of, if you're doing it like perfectly, you should always be able to actually see the explosion of the ET. If you've done it and you're like a little bit off, then you can actually just get like it on the frame and then you'll be okay. But if you're doing it like on point every time, you'll get the boom before the ET. You'll have time to see that.
Well, with the camera kind of switching, it messed up my on landings, and I missed my on. I did it a few times in here, like we're talking about, but I think I did it like 3 times back to back. But I just for some reason forgot to do on landing Y and just landed and then pressed Y. Well, of course I don't have the, I don't have the charge ability at that point.
Yeah.
But there is a way to make it, but I'm focused about, if I die, obviously I would start over because I want the 100,000 points. And it unlocks the next level. I've seen people unlock all the way to Master Ninja and then play the higher difficulties when they haven't grasped the understanding. So that Doku fight was awful, but I could have probably done it a minute faster if I'd put some more time in it or whatever. But you do have plenty of time in this chapter to fight the fights. I could have saved, if my Doku fight was a little bit better, if I had saved instead of going out the door past the Muramasa statue. It would have forced me basically to fight Doku again to make the time limit, but that is possible. I do want to say on the Masakato fight, keep track of your kills, keep track of your essence where it is, and because you can jump, shoot the bow, and do an on-landing UT. If you know Masakatos, listen for the audio cues. I got a little unlucky that a couple of my my UT there at the end didn't completely hit because that would have killed him. But if you want to do the statue trick to get the extra 4 kills after the Masakato fight, because you have to kill, I think it's 12 mages with, is it 12 or 14 with Masakato? I think it's 12.
12 on normal, I think.
Yeah. So if you only kill, 7 or 8, and then, somehow don't get the other, the trick to work, because if that door opens and you go past that save statue and the timer starts and then you're just like, oh crap, I need to go back and save, and you save, well, that's now not a timed fight next time you start it.
Yeah, so, exactly.
And the other option is, and I think JTB showed it in one of his videos, you can skip or you can despawn a fight, kill like 4 or 5 enemies, like right in front of the where you jump up to get the bow. You can kill 8 of those guys, forego the kill bonus, and then come back down. They'll respawn in order to get make up those kills. And instead of 8, you'll have like 15. You could have 15 kills at that fight. You'd miss out on some of the points, but if you speed kill Masakato faster, you might make up those points. So that's kind of a fine balance, but that's not what we are going to show here. We're going to show fighting all the fights, making the time limits, and getting the kills needed. But I think any other thing about that fight, I know, like I said, I know Doku could have been better. But
no, not really. But but the Doku strategy, it's not easy. That Doku strategy, it's one of those things that looks super easy on video, but to actually get like a perfect run of ETs and make his time limit, because you do actually get quite a lot of time on him. On normal, I think he's worth. I think you kill him in roughly half the time that's allocated if you just get back-to-back ETs.
Well, see, and of course, I don't think so.
You're all doing. Sorry. No, I'm just saying you're getting all those ET points as well. So, all that's racking up to your score as well.
Well, because I did watch Julius do that, and he ran the timer down almost to 0. He had to play absolutely perfect. He didn't miss a single ET, and I think got it with only like 5 or 6 seconds left. It's been a while since we've all played that. Maybe with equipment later on, if people decided to run it, you could kill it faster. But yeah. I think it runs down close to 0, and
I'd have to go back and check mine. But I think I know you can make, put it this way, you can make that time limit on Master Ninja if you're perfect.
Right.
So if you can make it on Master Ninja and you do significantly less damage on Master Ninja, so if you can make it on Master Ninja, you'll definitely be able to make it on normal. And going back to what I was saying with the positioning, if you miss an ET or you whiff, then that's going to be missed time. But I know I think it's in what's his name's run. I think it's in Kodak's Master Ninja run. He does make that time bonus on Master Ninja. So
Julius does do it on the normal run, and like I said, I will include that in there, and that'll help people get an understanding of what we were talking about with the spacing, the invisible wall, because you just can't go front and backwards. You're going to have to angle. And, if you could go front and backwards, everybody would do it, and it wouldn't be any problem once you got the timing down. So, but yeah, Julius goes and does that. I'm going to work on that for the next. I plan on doing this for all the difficulties. There may not be any commentary for some of the other ones, but at least it'll be out there. I mean, that's kind of the plan. But
Yeah.
I also didn't plan on taking 3.5 years to break 50 million either. So,
well, this is slightly easier than going for 50 million. So
it's still a little frustrating, though. Setting it up and recording, but like I said, and one thing else too that I want to point out is you're always going to see, all my kills. You're always going to see my time at the end. You're always going to see the ranking. I happen to see a guy on YouTube on his video channel to where he wouldn't show any of his scores, he wouldn't show any of his end of chapter bonuses, but he would always put the Master Ninja ranking in there, and that's his choice or whatever. But to vets like me who see it and see that he's not doing what it takes to make a Master Ninja ranking, where he's missing time limits, it's taking him 30 minutes to do chapter 1 or whatever like that. It's like, hey, there's no way you got Master Ninja, but yet it's always cut to Master Ninja. So I think hopefully our viewers are well enough versed in the Ninja Gaiden series to know some BS whenever
you can't get nothing past
they
us.
see it.
So don't even try.
So okay, guys. Well, look, that's chapter 2. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload these, 2 at a time. I've got chapter 3 done, but I still got to work on chapter 4. Chapter 4 is a little tough because of some of the time limits and the chapter time. And
yeah, it's very short.
Yeah, and even though there's an extra save statue in there, it's a little rough. So I'm kind of working out a route again and seeing what I want to do, because it is a little bit different from how I think I played it in Ninja Gaiden Black, and also you having to use the bow on a couple things is kind of slowing me down too. So I got to definitely practice that. I'm going to keep my save in chapter 2 on those targets and practice with that bow. And hopefully I'll improve by the time I get to the tanks, the helicopter, and the radio tower.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. It's just one of those things. It takes a bit of adjustment.
Okay, everyone. Any last things in this one? I think we covered quite a bit of everything here for chapter 2.
We covered it all, yeah.
Yeah, we covered our little funny, timed fight situation for, sliding down the little hill. And then we also covered getting the 4 extra kills out of the fight after Masakado, and talked about how to loop Doku, and I'm going to link Julius's video in there so people can see how to do that. But that's it, guys. We'll see you in chapter 3. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and take care.
Take care, everyone. Peace.